the crew of Apollo 13. Wishing everybody there a nice evening, and we're just about ready to close out our inspection of Aquarius and get back to a pleasant evening at Odyssey. Good night.
Thank you, 13.
Okay, Flight, you read his pitch and yaw on his high gain meter?
That's affirmative.
And now you want roll right to 060?
I might as well do that. And we'll try and get Comet Bennett. I'd still like a verification on the docking angle because that's what we'll be using for computations of all alignments and everything else. Let's see if there's anything else.
Flight Econ.
Go ahead, Econ.
Okay, well, let's terminate the battery B charge at 55 plus 50.
Okay.
And at the same time, I'd sure like to have a Krauss or all 4 tanks.
Well, let's wait till they get settled down a bit more.
Roger.
Flight GNC. Go GNC.
Okay, we'd still like to re-enable the other 2 quads for the maneuver.
Okay, when rolling to 060, you want them to enable C and D, right?
Right.
Do you want them to disable A and B?
No.
Okay, all 4 quads then.
We have a couple jet maneuver.
Roger. Copy, Capcom?
Got it. Flight Inco.
Go, Inco.
I'd like to confirm their configuration on their high gain now, if I
Okay.
could. I'd like to know what track mode they're in and what servo electronics they're in.
Okay, let's just stand by 1 there. Enable C and D for roll to 060. Terminate battery B charge. Okay, the third thing we want up there, Capcom, is to verify their high gain configuration. And I assume what you want from there is you want to know their tracking, position of track, beam width. You don't need, do you? Do you want the whole works?
Yes, the whole
Okay.
works.
Capcom, we want the configuration of the CSM high gain.
Landing gear retracted.
Apollo 13, Houston. The next thing we'd like you to do is we'd like you to roll right to 060 and know your rate for photography of the Comet Bennett. To do that, we'd like you to enable quad C and D for the maneuver. Use all your quads. And in precisely 1 minute, we'd like you to terminate the battery charge on battery B. And one other request, we'd like to have you verify your high gain configuration. We'd like to know what track mode, what servo, and what beam width.
Okay, Jack, during the TV we were auto track, narrow beam width, and a primary electronics.
Anything
That's
else?
good.
Okay.
No.
And we had a good lockup. Just after we started the maneuver, I was able to lock you up and get real good signal strength. And it just seemed that right there at about 239 degrees in yaw, that the signal strength would just drop off, and yaw would go to 0 and pitch would go to 90.
Good report.
And the TV show was great.
Flight GNC. Go GNC.
Can we verify that they re-enable C4 thruster?
Okay, I'm going to maneuver to 060, 090, and 0.
Okay, verify that you're showing it disabled yet?
Yes.
Capcom, we're still seeing C4 thruster disabled.
And 13, we'd like you to check C4 thruster.
Flight Econ.
Go Econ.
We've got 40 amp hours back in battery B now.
Okay.
You got it, Flight.
Okay. Okay, all flight controllers, I want to go around the horn and pick up anything you need configuration-wise. Tell them you.
Go ahead, Flight.
You still worried about any configuration items?
Negative. The LEM heater current indicates that the LEM was properly closed out. They apparently have not closed the LEM hatch yet.
Okay. So you're happy that you don't need them to verify that, what is it, activation 2-3 of those pages we were on?
That's right, it was TLC 2 and we're happy.
Okay.
Flight guidance.
Go guidance.
We ask about the docking index again.
Okay, Jack.
Capcom will get that for me.
Roger, we see it, Jack. And we got a reading of minus 2 degrees in the docking index. We'd like to know if that's 2.0 precise or if it's 2.1 or 1.9.
No, it's minus 2.0 precisely.
Okay. Got your answer, guidance?
Roger, flight.
Okay, go with it. Okay, GNC, you got any configuration items here?
Negative, flight.
Capcom, looks like the last item we need here is a stir on the H2 and O2 at their convenience.
Okay. We've got one more item for you when you get a chance. We'd like it to stir up your cryo tank. In addition, I have a shafted trunnion.
Okay.
For a look at the Comet Bennett if you need it.
Okay. Stand by.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3,
Flight guidance.
1. Engage.
Go, guidance.
We finally got our Delta H update. Do you want to just read it up to the crew or uplink it?
Let's see now. Can we collapse dead bands and do all that good stuff if we uplink here?
Yeah. Why don't we just read it up to them?
Well, if they enter it through the disky, are they going to do it?
Stand by one.
Now, we haven't stabled out in that attitude yet, so I don't think we're going to have any
Right, I
problem.
don't think there's any problem. They haven't opened up dead bands yet.
Yeah, that's just what I'm saying. The time to do it is now, guidance.
Flight guidance.
Go, guidance.
As long as he's in poo and don't reselect it, he can uplink it or enter it himself, or we can do it either. Doesn't matter.
Okay, why don't you got to pass the data for the crew checklist anyway on board, don't you?
Right.
Don't you got a page update? Well, why don't we read it up to them, and that'll serve both purposes.
All right.
Both have them entered, as well as why don't you tell them what page you want it in the checklist.
Okay.
Flight, tell me.
Go tell them.
We show the LEM overhead hatch is closed and the heater current looks normal.
Okay.
Flight guidance.
Go, guidance.
We've had a hardware restart. I don't know what it was.
Okay. GNC, you want to look at it? See if you see any problems? Roger, we're copying it, Capcom. We see a hardware restart. You see an AC bus undervolt there, guidance? Or ECOM?
Negative, flight.
I believe the crew reported it.
We got a main B undervolt.
Okay, flight. We've got some
Mainly.
instrumentation flights. Let me add them up.
Raj.
Okay, stand by at 13. We're looking at it.
We may have had an instrumentation problem, flight.
Raj.
Flight in, go.
Go on, call.
We switched to wide beam width about the time you had that problem.
Houston, the voltage is looking good.
And we had a pretty large bang associated with the caution and warning there. And as I recall, main B was the one that had a amp spike on it once before.
Okay.
Roger, Fred.
Inco, you say you want the wide beam width there?
Yes.
Let's see if we can correlate those times. Get the time when you want the wide beam there, Inco.
In the interim here, we're starting to
Okay.
go ahead and button up the tunnel again. Roger.
Do we have the floodlights off in here now?
That jolt
That's
must
perfect,
have
fine.
lost,
Yeah, we can determine that from the limb current.
sensor, on see now in O2 quantity 2, it was oscillating down around 20 to 60%. Now it's full scale high again. Roger. And Houston, we had a restart on our computer. We had pink light and restart reset.
Roger, we copied that also.
Restart and a pink light. Restart on a pink and reset. And I'm looking at our service module RCS helium-1. We have B as barber pole and D as barber pole. Helium-2, D as barber pole. And secondary propellants, I have A and C barber pole. P-MAC temperatures. Okay, AC2 is showing zip. I'm trying to reconfigure on that jack.
Ecom, you were seeing any AC problems? Looked like
Flight
you had
Ecom?
a lot of instrumentation problems there. Go ahead.
That's firm. He's flipping our fuel cells around, Flight.
Well, let's get some recommendation here, Si, if you got any better ideas.
Main bus A undervolt, now 2 showing. Main A undervolt.
Si, what do you want to do? Hold your own and...
Main B's reading zip right now.
Si, have you got a SIG sensor type problem there or what?
Flight Econ?
Go ahead.
He's got fuel cells 1 and 3 are offline. We've got main A volts. We have no main B volts. Have him attempt to reconnect the fuel cells. Fuel cell 1 to main A, fuel cell 3 to main B.
Okay, fuel
Let's just
cell
try that.
1,
Back to main A,
Number
fuel cell
1.
3 back to main B.
main A, 3 to main B.
Let's see what happens.
Okay, now, do we have instrumentation problems?
Well, we lost it does appear we've lost AC bus 2 voltage. Main B is reading 4 volts, and that effectively takes AC2 away from us.
Okay,
Yeah, and he reported barber poles on the
Raj.
fuel cell
A lot
on
of the
board
RCS
too, Flight.
stuff, too. Yeah.
Let's see if we can get our DC back.
Raj, go ahead, GNC.
Verify that the quad delta helium valves are open.
Now, are you seeing an attitude problem, or are you seeing some bi-levels that are giving you problems?
No, some low pressures in the fuel and oxidizer, which would be symptomatic of the helium valve closing and firing some jets.
Quad number 2, helium valve open?
Quad delta.
Quad delta. Helium valve open, right?
Right.
Capcom, do you want to verify that quad delta helium valve is open, please? Any other problems in the RCS? Buck.
Okay, is that all we can come up with for him? We got any other recommendations?
Yeah, we wanted to get fuel cell 1 configured to main A, fuel cell 3 to main B. Did you pass that up?
Let's attempt that, Flight.
13 Houston, we'd like you to attempt to reconnect.
And this seems to be AC type problems and maybe tied into that high gain thing you got.
Quad delta is open.
We went to wide beam with Flight at 55-5504, the best we can tell.
Okay, Houston, I'm showing, I tried to reset and fuel cell 1 and 3 are both showing gray flag, but they're both showing zip on the flows.
I copy, Flight.
We copy.
Let me commiserate on that.
Is there any kind of leads we can give them? Are we looking at instrumentation, or we got a real problem, or what?
Roger. Flight Econ?
Go, Econ.
Let's reverse the configuration request.
Okay, but wait a minute. We got a good main A bus. Let's make sure that whatever we do doesn't screw up main A.
Fuel
main
cell
A
2 is on main A flight.
Okay.
I'm not going to ask to change that.
Okay, what do you want to do?
Let's try to put fuel cell 1 on main B, fuel cell 3 on main A. We'll use the other sensing circuitry.
Fuel cell number 1 on main B.
Fuel cell 3 on main A. We're not going to touch fuel cell 2 flight.
Okay, but if we get any problems in the system, I want to make sure that we don't blow the voltage off main A, and then we're not going to be able to see anything. Can we review our status here, Si, and see what we've got from a standpoint of status? What do you think we got in the spacecraft that's good?
Main bus A is reading 25 volts.
Okay, main A.
And that's reflected by the fact fuel cell 2 is putting out 53 amps, which is just about the most it can, and keep our voltage up.
Okay.
So that's bona fide. AC bus 2 is 0, which is reflected by the fact we lost main B.
AC bus.
Standby flight.
0 output.
Flight Econ.
Go ahead, Econ.
Okay. If we want to keep, let's
Okay, Houston, are you still reading 13?
standby, is change configuration. We've got battery A on main A.
Some good ideas here for you.
Go ahead.
That's what I was going to ask you, put a battery on flight.
Okay, let's
Flight Inco.
Go, Inco.
We need Omni Bravo.
main A voltage jack.
Our high gain won't drive without AC2.
Okay, you want Omni Bravo?
Right.
In the interim, to help out the voltage, bad AC on.
You don't think we're going to be able to get high bit rate data here, do you? On the Omnis.
We may be. We've got the 210.
You got the 210.
Right.
Okay, that'll save a bit of power. Capcom, let's recommend selection of Omni Bravo, please.
It's Charlie now.
Okay,
He's maneuvering.
Charlie.
Omni Charlie?
Roger.
Affirmative.
13 Houston, we need Omni Charlie, please.
Okay, flight. We've got Omni Charlie and high bit rate.
Okay. You have high bit rate now off the 210s, right? On the
Right.
Omni. Okay.
Flight Econ.
Go, Ecom.
Okay, let's get a readout on a couple fuel cell pressures here.
Okay.
Fuel cell 1N2 pressure, fuel cell 3O2 pressure. We're reading 0 N2 pressure in fuel cell 1 and 13 psi on fuel cell 3O2 pressure.
Okay, you want fuel cell 1,
N2 pressure,
N2 pressure. Fuel cell 3, what do you want there?
O2 pressure.
O2 pressure. Capcom, let's get those as a start.
13 Houston.
Flight guide.
Go, guide.
A couple readings for us.
When this hardware restart, he was doing a crew defined maneuver, and that should have killed it, but we're still moving. Maybe he ought to stop it.
Are we using RCS now, Buck?
Okay, nitrogen on 1 and oxygen on 2, is that correct?
Negative oxygen on 3.
Okay.
GNC from flight. GNC from flight.
GNC.
Did you see any problems in quad D helium valve? Does that look like that's cleared up?
Roger, that's cleared up. Flight, we're in good shape.
Okay. Now, are we using RCS now?
That's affirmative. We're going to have to switch some thrusters over to main A to hold attitude here.
Okay. How much RCS we used?
Oh, we've used, I would guess 25 pounds.
Okay, give me a minimum fuel usage configuration that'll keep me attitude.
Roger.
Flight telling you.
code tell me?
The LEM heater currents become essentially static.
Raj. Let's solve one problem at a time. Come back to me later on in it.
And 2 Baker, which is 3 oxygen, says 0.6.
2 Baker says 0.6, and say again the other one.
Fuel cell 1, nitrogen, reads 0.
Roger, 0. We confirming those numbers?
That's
Buck, I need that RCS stuff as soon as you can get it.
Raj, Flight. He's turned off all jets now.
Okay.
Okay, we came up with those numbers, Flight.
Okay, Si. Give me your next best thing to try. Ecom. Flight?
Flight Econ.
Go ahead.
Why don't we try leave fuel cell 2 alone and just make sure that 1 and 3 are disconnected from both buses, and make sure that there's won't be any load on them at all. And let's see what happens to those cells.
Okay, Barrett, what do you want to do? Open circuit fuel cell 1 and 3?
That's from Flight.
Okay. Capcom, let's recommend we open circuit fuel cell number 1 and number 3 and leave fuel cell number 2 as is.
Okay, 1 and 3 open circuit, 2 as is, and earlier got a report from them that 1 and 3 were reading gray but 0 flow.
Yeah, Capcom, let's amend that. Ecom from Flight.
Flight Econ.
Why don't we just open circuit 1 and make sure that we don't have any problems getting that back onto the bus?
Okay,
Just
Flight.
watch it for a while before we make any further moves with 3.
Roger.
Okay, Capcom, let's just open circuit 1 of those right now.
We'd like you to open circuit fuel cell 1. Leave 2 and 3 as is.
Okay, I'll get to work on that.
Flight
And
GNC.
Jack, our O2 quantity number 2 tank is reading 0. Did you get that?
O2 quantity.
That's Roger, Flight. That's the AC problem.
Roger.
Yeah, that's what gives me AC. And it looks to me, looking out the hatch, that we are venting something.
The crew thinks they're venting something.
I heard that, Flight.
Something out into space.
Roger, we copy your venting. Copy that, Flight.
Gas and so
Roger.
forth.
Okay, let's everybody think of the kind of things we'd be venting. GNC, you got anything that looks abnormal in your system?
Negative, Flight.
How about you, Ecom? You see anything that, with the instrumentation you got, that could be venting?
Okay, fuel cell 1, you just wanted off the line now, Jack, is that right?
We just want
That's
you
from
to
Flight.
open circuit fuel cell 1.
Okay, she's off the line.
Let me look at the system, Flight, as far as the venting is concerned.
Okay, let's start scanning. I assume you've called in your backup Ecoms? Ecom?
Flight, say again?
Have you called in your backup Ecoms now? See if we can get some more brain power in this
We
thing?
got one here.
Roger.
Flight Inco.
Go and go.
Never mind, he's straighting up a little bit.
Okay.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Okay, now let's everybody keep cool. We got LEM still attached. The LEM spacecraft's good, so if we need to get back home, we got a LEM to do a good portion of it with. Okay, let's make sure that we don't do anything that's going to blow our CSM electrical power with the batteries or that will cause us to lose the main or the fuel cell number 2. Okay, we want to keep the O2 and that kind of stuff working. We'd like to have RCS, but we got the command module system, so we're in good shape if we need to get home. Let's solve the problem, but let's not make it any worse by guessing.
Flight GNC.
Go, GNC.
We have some jet configurations for you whenever you need them.
Okay. Give them to me.
Okay, Charlie 3, Charlie 4 to main A. Bravo 3 and Bravo 4 to main A. Charlie 1 and Charlie 2 to main A.
Stand by.
Yeah, it's all a quad Charlie on main A,
Okay.
plus Bravo 3 and Bravo 4.
Now, what are we going to be doing with these, GNC?
Yeah, that'll give us one jet in each direction in each axis.
Okay.
Flight guidance.
Go, guidance.
He's getting close to gimbal lock.
Capcom. Okay, Capcom recommend he bring up C3, C4, B3, B4, C1, C2 on main A and advise him he's getting close to gimbal lock.
13 Houston, we see you getting close to gimbal lock there. We'd like
Guidance
to,
from flight.
Go ahead.
Could we go to a course line on the platform here so we don't have to use any gas if we need to?
Also bring B.
You could reorient if necessary.
Roger. I was going to recommend a P-52 in a little bit.
Well, it's going to take a while before we get to the point where we're even thinking of a P-52.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll course the line itself there, won't it?
13 Houston, you read?
It'll course the line at 85
Roger.
itself.
No, we got it. Confirm.
Okay, can you tell us anything about the venting, where it's coming from? What window you see it at?
It's coming out of window 1 right now, Jack. And could you give me the thrusters again?
Okay, the thrusters,
What buses?
we'd like, on main A, we'd like Charlie 1, 2, 3, and 4. Also, Bravo 3 and 4 on main A.
Okay, got it.
Okay, I'm coming back to you.
Flight.
Go ahead.
I think the best thing we can do right now is start a power down.
Okay,
Let's go down the emergency 1-5.
you want to
Flight
power
info.
down, let us look at the TM and all that good stuff, and then come back up.
That's firm.
Flight info, Omni Bravo.
You want Omni Bravo again?
Right.
On board. Omni Bravo? Capcom recommend Omni Bravo. Okay. What? You want to go to power down? Give me the page.
Emergency 1-5 flight. We'll go down, try to get a delta of 10 amps reduction.
Okay, we got Omni Bravo flight.
Ecom, do you want to go through that again? What do you want to power down to?
I want to power down a total of 10 amps flight.
A total of 10 amps.
That's firm.
Okay. Capcom, we'd recommend emergency power down checklist 1-5. We want to power down a total or a delta of 10 amps from where we are now.
Flight GNC.
Go, GNC.
Can we afford to do a PTC first and then we shut off all of that stuff with no problems?
Why? You think you're going to have a thermal problem here?
Well, we could have if we stay there too long. Or
Okay. We'll run into that one later, Buck.
Okay.
I want to get our major problem sorted out now.
You want, still want 1-5 down at
1-5 power down a delta of 10 amps, Capcom.
Okay, 13, this is Houston. We'd like you to go to your GNC checklist. The pink page is 1-5. Do power down until we get a delta of 10 amps. Over.
All right. Roger.
Ecom from flight.
Go flight.
You don't want to get fuel cell pumps off, do you? Optics power is already off, I believe.
We can do that on fuel cell number 1 flight.
Okay, well, let's make sure we don't blow the whole mission.
Okay, Jack, say again that area, not the big pages, the 1-5.
Okay, we'd like you to
Frame
go down
shift
that
drive
power down
charging.
procedure until you get a delta of 10 amps, over.
Flight Econ,
Go, Econ.
would you not want to consider going into PTC?
Well, why don't we get this problem here resolved right now?
This will 8 our power down, I think.
Pardon?
Should 8 our power down, I'd hope. Wouldn't it?
Well, do you expect that we're going to be in a thermal problem for the next many hours? Econ?
Well, I don't know where Theta Sun is right now, Flight.
Well, it's pretty close to quad A right now.
Are we about 90 degrees?
You copy our...
I don't know
power down
exactly
request.
where. It's between A and B, mostly on A.
All right, Jack, we're right there. Where did you say that was located?
Fuel scooping.
That's in your system checklist, page 1-5.
Fuel scooping complete.
And 13, you might also check for those pages in your launch checklist. There is
GNC from flight.
Pages, pink pages 1-5, and we'd like you to
GNC from flight.
power down until you get
In the launch checklist, Jack.
GNC.
Buck, I'd prefer not to make any unnecessary maneuvers now or
less than what you got now.
try to use any of the equipments on board the spacecraft, such things as CMC, that type of stuff, until we nail down what our problem is.
Well, that's why I was recommending PTC, because we don't need any of that stuff then, heaters or anything else.
Yeah, but you got to get the CMC on and keep it online. And you need a rather precise period of time for rate damping there.
Well, the order of 20 minutes to damp out and then spin up, and then we can do without any of that. If we get a good spin up going, then we're stable
Okay, that
for
might be a
quite
good
while.
idea. That'd buy us some more time from a standpoint of reviewing the data, and it'd get us back into the as close to the normal flight plan as we could. How far are we out of altitude right now?
He's a fair ways out right now, Flight. He'd do another Vert 49 and fly back and then stabilize there.
Okay, Econ, tell me about the latch. Do you think you got the reactants latched?
Flight Econ.
Go. The crew reported that he got barber pole whenever he threw the reactant switch, so that implies that he did all the right things and he really...